Hi, welcome. I'm Susan B Lochocki, running for President of the United States. and when I was driving around the U.S. over the last 2-3 months, I ended up in a bookstore at some point, and I found this book. It's from the Cat in the Hat Learning Library, and it's called One Vote, Two Votes, I Vote, You Vote. And I bought it so that I could read it to you. I like the Cat in the Hat series. The books are good. There's good moral stories in them. This one is not so moral as it is about the fact that you have rights. And one of your rights is the right to choose between something. Whether you want to do A or B, you have the right to choose. Sometimes you might not get your choice, but you have the right. And in this case, the book talks about voting. And I think it's important to talk about voting because we just had the big election in the U.S. Back on November 3rd. And as you know, with the presidential election, part of the election, the winner is not known yet. We will know that when the Electoral College meets. Actually, we won't even know it then, but the Electoral College meets December 14th, and they will place their votes for who they want for president. And then January 6th is when Congress will open the ballots and discover who will be our next president of the United States. But this gives a rough outline of it, and I might read it twice, but in this round just once, simply to read through and let you also have a look at the words so that you can read it yourself. And then I might go through it in more detail in another video where I'll talk about the pictures and the imagery and the things that they have there, because that's also fun to go over. But I think this first one, I'll just do a read through. So it is called One Vote, Two Votes, I Vote, You Vote. There we go. And there's the cat in the hat and the two kids, and they're voting. I guess I should say it is by Bonnie Worth and illustrated by, I'm going to read this incorrectly, Aristides, Ruiz, and Joe Matthews. So, voting is something we do every day. It's a way we can choose that gives us our say. We vote for class president and which snack to get, where to go on a class trip, what to pick as a class pet. So if you want to read along, just pause it and then you can read too. There we go. So in that classroom, they're voting. Voting gives each of us our very own voice. It allows a large group to make one single choice. How do you vote? With a proudly raised hand, marks on paper, thumbs up or thumbs down, understand? Can you choose not to vote? Yes, but that's a sure way to lose your own voice and to not have a say. The item or person that most of us select will wind up the winner, the one we elect. So there. Thumbs up or thumbs down. The biggest of all of America's voting events chooses our president and vice president. Are presidents important? Oh yes, they are very. They head up the government and the military. Vice presidents take over on the unhappy day when presidents get sick or else pass away. Every 4 years we elect them, you see, because we live in a democracy, a government for the people and run by them too, which means that this country is governed by you. Look at all the people, all the different kinds. Every 2 years we elect senators and congresspeople of our choice to make laws in Washington and be our state's voice. We also elect sheriffs and mayors and such. Do local elections count? You bet, just as much. When our founders drew up the Constitution, it's true, they said folks should vote, but they did not say who. So they forgot to put that in. Since then, our history is marked by brave fights waged by people who struggled to win voters' rights, or voting rights, I should say, for all of the races and for all womankind, and also for 18-year-olds, bear in mind. Then there's a voting rights timeline, and it says 1870, the 15th Amendment, black men can vote. 1920, the 19th Amendment, women can vote. 1924, the Citizens Act, Native Americans can vote. 1971, the 26th Amendment, 18-year-olds can vote. What that means that quite soon you will get to vote too. So please pay attention. This matters to you. Only citizens can vote. And as you've just been told, people who are at least 18 years old. You must sign up in person or on the internet with a name, address, and a birth date. And one more thing yet. You can write down your party, if you do not mind, cakes and ice cream you're thinking. Is the party that kind? Voter registration. Register here to vote. There we go. It's not really that kind of party, though. This kind of party, I'm here to report, is the kind that we know as the political sort. There's the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. It's made up of large groups of citizens who share beliefs and ideas and opinions too. Then there's also the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, and Independents. Democrats and Republicans are the biggest two, plus small parties to pick from, more than just a few. Then they show Democrat candidates of Snow, Doe, Flo, and Roe, and Republican candidates of Finner, Rinner, Skinner, and Zinner. In primary elections before November, votes will be cast by each party member for the candidate who they hope and they pray will be on the ballot come election day. Candidates set out on the campaign trail to convince voters that they will not fail. A vote for me, the candidates say, will make your dreams come true someday. With speeches and ads and town hall meetings, with handshakes and waves and cheery greetings, they work to win the voters' trust, to win nomination. This is a must. I have to go get the dogs. So, I may be wrong, but it does seem to me that voting is one big responsibility. Then they show a TV with an ad on it. A voter, you must follow news carefully. You should read, watch, and listen, and then try to see what the candidates, if elected, plan to do. What are their beliefs? Do they ring true for you? And there's ads on computer. So here we go. There's a lot of things in the little illustrations I need to go over once. Debates are held for the people to see the candidates talk on live TV. Moderators on hand have questions to ask. To give their best answer is the candidate's task. A debate is an argument that's meant to sway. It is run by rules in the most formal way. First national debate. So there we go. At meetings called rallies, supporters get out to cheer the candidate they care most about. Supporters on the phone or going door to door say, "Vote for my party on election day." They raise lots of money, collect change in jars, and sell campaign stickers to stick on cars. George Washington won the vote, so I have been told, during a winter that was snowy and cold. In 1845, Congress passed a vote to say there would be an earlier election day, November. The day each year is easy to remember. It's the Tuesday after the first Monday in November. This date was chosen for a very good reason. It came at the end of the harvesting season. The farmers had to harvest first and then they could vote. When election day comes, the voters' big role is to make sure to vote at their assigned poll. A poll is where you vote. A general rule, it is a public place like a firehouse or a school. If you're out of town, there's a chance that you might mail an absentee ballot. Voting is your right. People cast their votes by different means, ballots fed into computers or direct voting machines. However, you vote. It's important, you see, that voters are given complete privacy. A curtain or screen protects voters from view. This ensures that your vote is known only to you. The polls close up at the end of the day. Here come the counters. Please clear the way. By special computer, poll results are scanned, but some voters are still counted out. But some votes are still counted out by hand. The results are sent to the Board of Elections, which declares the winner after careful inspections. And that's where we are right now. As I'm reading this to you, we're during the special inspections part. They are counting and recounting the votes. The loser admits their bitter defeat. The winner announces their victory sweet. The winner vows to serve everyone in the land, not just the supporters who lent them a hand. If all of this rings true, it is my deepest hope that so I'm going to stop here for 1 second. This is exactly the president election. They don't put that part in here. Is done by Electoral College. So the votes that we cast in November on the 3rd were for Electoral College people to then gather on December 14th and place their vote for president. And then they put them into a sealed envelope, which will be opened by Congress on January 6th. And the president will be announced the official winner of the 2020 presidential campaign election will be announced January 6th, not before that. Congress will open the envelopes and let us know who won. So, but all other elections that happen in November are this way unless they are having issues and have decided to keep voting or something happened. But yes, so all other elections for senator and representative and mayor are more or less over unless an issue was with the voting, and then those are going to be voted on again. And results will be given when their time is right. So, you will cast your first vote for, naturally, the Cat in the Hat. Vote for the cat. Okay, I'm a dog person, but I like cats too. The Cat in the Hat knows a lot about everything. There we go. So, if you want to run your own little voting experience with your friends, do so. See if they prefer the Cat in the Hat to thing 1 and thing 2 or something like that. Could be lots of fun. Okay. So that is the end of the first version of this book. I will read it again with more details and more commentary for moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and kids and all sorts of people. So yeah, that's what happened earlier this year in November. And we're still waiting to find out who will be president. January 6th. I'm looking forward. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. I wish you a nice day wherever you are. Thanks for listening, stopping by.